everybody, and welcome back to another Let's Trek Together video. So today's video is going to be a little different. If you have already watched our other video of our backpacking trip in the Superstition Wilderness, you know that we are out here in beautiful Arizona, and we are going to be going to Sedona for the next couple days. And we thought we'd just get a little footage and show you guys what it's like out here.
So the last time either one of us were in Sedona, Molly was about 12 years old and I was only 2. So at least from my end, I don't remember any of it. So I'm super excited to see it, I guess kind of for the first time.
So one of the things that stands out in my mind the most from my last trip to Sedona is the hike to Bell Rock, which is one of the hikes that we're planning on doing this week. I just remember being in such awe of this giant red rock that you could just climb all over. So I'm super pumped to see it again.
So we are going into Sedona on a Saturday, and even though it is the winter time, it's going to be about 45-50 degrees, I'm a little bit nervous about the crowds. I know Sedona is a very popular place for families. Maybe because it's the winter it'll be less crowded, but I doubt it. I guess we'll see when we get there. Oh, one last thing. If you have been to Sedona before, definitely drop down in the comments what your favorite part of it was. So we are starting on the Solder Pass trail, and it is about 4.5 miles. So this is our first glimpse of Sedona hiking. Let's see how it looks. Not even 3 seconds later, and this is our first view. Very, very nice. Wow. And the view behind that. I hope the GoPro picks that up. That is really, really pretty. So I just came up to the first viewpoint, and I guess this just begs a question. Sedona is beautiful. There's a lot of people here, and for good reason. But I guess it makes you think, are you a person who enjoys hiking on a very heavily trafficked trail? Or are you someone who enjoys like the peace and serenity of being alone? Drop it down in the comments. So I don't know if we just picked a really easy one to start with, but I mean, I'm still tired from the backpacking trip, and this is like a walk in the park. So I hope they're not all like this. I would like a challenge, but it's still really beautiful. All right, last time I'm gonna be a negative Nancy on the trail. So I think personally, in my opinion, I like a more, a hike filled with a little more solitude, just because when you do run into people, you feel more inclined to say hello and maybe even spark up a conversation. But when you're on a heavily marked trail like this, I don't know, it might just be a lot of family day hikers, but no one feels the inclination to greet you, and just kind of feels, I don't know, I don't like it. But again, last time I'm being a negative Nancy, now I'll shut up. Time to enjoy the views. Almost to the top. Already beautiful views. Hopefully the wind's not too bad up here, but I retract my statement that this was an easy hike. Right at the end, we got a little bit of elevation, so that was nice. And the views are gorgeous. Beautiful. So Molly pointed this out, but this is called a pin cushion cactus. We've been seeing many species of cacti on trail, so we've been wanting to identify them. I found that there was a prickly pear, and actually let's see if there's a couple around here. Right here. Here is, so this one's kind of dead and kind of dry, but here is a prickly pear cactus. Right in either the spring or summer months, there are purple little tiny fruit that grow off the sides, and it is prickly pear. So if you've ever had a drink that has prickly pear in it, this is where it came from.
So we got to a really pretty view, not at the end of Solders Pass, and then kind of lost the trail. Eventually we found it, but it was kind of overgrown, and at the end of the trail there was absolutely no view. So we're going down the Brins Mesa trail now, and hopefully that'll give us a couple more views instead of ending in the woods.
We put too much faith in all trails. Again, I hope the wind is not bad, but we have just made it to the top of Brins Mesa?
Brins Mesa.
I'm not sure if this is actually it, but this is a gorgeous view. So here.
So if you're in the Sedona area and you plan to do the Solders Pass hike, definitely include the Brins Mesa trail as well, because that part honestly is just as gorgeous, if not more scenic, I think, on the way down. So I'm very glad that we did that. Do you agree?
Oh shoot, you're still recording.
I am.
Yes, I agree. So now I'm going to film while I still have a few minutes left of daylight. We decided to only do one hike today. We were originally going to do two, but that's okay. We did 7 miles. Didn't think it was going to turn out that long, but it was a beautiful first day in Sedona. We are now staying on the outskirts of Sedona, probably about 10 minutes out, along this forest road where you can do primitive camping. And we set up our tent. There's Molly doing some stuff. Mountains in the background. Sedona's over there, and our car's down there. It's gonna get down to about 28 tonight. So yeah, definitely are making a fire. So we will see you in the morning. We don't know what we're doing just yet, but we'll figure it out.
Good morning, everybody. We are here day 2 in Sedona, and we are doing the birthing cave this morning. So sun hasn't come up, so we're hoping to get there before the sun comes up. So let's go. So I discovered the birthing cave probably on Pinterest like 5 months ago, and I didn't know what it was called. Like the picture wasn't labeled at all. And then I saw on Facebook, like through a Facebook article about hiking, and it showed the birthing cave. And ever since that, I've like wanted to do it so badly when I found out it was in Sedona. So I've been wanting to do this for a while, and I'm really pumped.
You sound a little out of breath, Molly.
I am out of breath.
All right, and we are at the birthing cave. If you look up and around. So from the images we saw online, the cave is about the size that we thought, but the depth is a lot tinier. I thought it was going to be super wide. I guess because everyone was getting panorama shots and it felt like the depth was crazy, but no, not really. Still gorgeous. Can't believe how this was cut. So we just finished the birthing cave, and now we are going back to the car, and now we're on to Devil's Bridge. Hopefully the parking lot is not too filled. If it is, we'll find something else to do in the area.
So what was so awesome about that hike this morning is no one was on the trail at all. So we had the whole thing to ourselves for sunrise. It's cool when you hike up and then you climb up into the cave. You actually have to climb up the cave wall a little bit to get the famous photo with the panorama. But since we were up there, it was awesome. We were watching the sunrise, and then the minute we tried to get down, we looked down and realized we had no idea how to get down or how to get any kind of foot grips at all. So we spent about 20 minutes freaking out, trying to figure out our way down, but we finished it eventually, figured it out.
Okay, so we're bad vloggers. We forgot to film before we drank all of it. But we are currently at the chai spot.
It's amazing. Ready? Drink it.
You caught me super off guard.
So what did you get? So what did you get?
I got the butter chai. It had pistachios in it, and that's what I'm still chewing, but it was fantastic.
And I got a coconut rose chai.
There you go.
I definitely panic picked when she said something about one of them, and then I didn't remember the name of it.
Hers was really, really good. You could taste the rose in it.
So we are on to our second hike of the day. Where are we going?
We are going to